The best nighttime routine for your beard involves 4 steps. Wash, dry, condition, and protect. So wash using a well-known beard soap. Make sure that it is something that's formulated for your beard. If your beard sometimes is a little bit oily at the end of the day, or you are doing stuff with pollution or in a dusty environment, make sure that it can leave it nice and clean. The second thing is to dry. Wet hair is very, very fragile because the water absorbs inside the hair. It disrupts the bonding of the proteins, and so it's much easier to break. Then you need to condition. Use a beard butter, a beard oil, and stay away from anything with beeswax or other sort of wax or hold components. You don't need it while you're sleeping, and it just ends up on your pillow. And then protect. Look at a beard wrap, which is perfect for people that want to go to bed before the oil is completely absorbed into their beard, which can take about 30 to 40 minutes in some cases. Or look at getting a nice smooth pillow made of satin or silk that means that the torsional strain on your beard is reduced while you're tossing and turning at night, and then you're set. I think that's all there is to it. Now let's look at those in more detail. If this video is helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And this video is based on an article on beardgrowingpro.com, so go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. But essentially on that article, I have done a complete rundown of everything you need to know and more that I could squeeze into this video, so go check it out. Washing your beard is very important, particularly if the activities during the day have made your beard a little bit gross. If I've been for a run late in the afternoon, I will definitely shampoo my beard before going to bed. Same if you're kind of in a dirty environment. If you work in like a dirty, stinky place, then definitely washing your beard at night is very important. Now, I use the Honest Amish at the moment. It's really awesome. Go check out my other video where I compare this with Beard Brand. But I use this, and I'm formulating my own soap at the moment. I'll be letting you know how that goes in a later video. But for the moment, this is inexpensive. It works really well, and I go through it a lot because it is also a beard and body soap, and so I find I just use it all over, which is great. But make sure that you find a beard shampoo or soap that works for your beard. Sometimes, the smell of these, so, the smell of this is quite strong. It may not work for you, you may not like it, your partner may not like the smell. So just try about with a few different types of beard soaps and beard washes. And I know that even though Beard Brand is more expensive, they're really honing in on the fact that it smells really nice, and you don't get what they deem as scent confusion. So if that's something that's really important to you, make sure you do that. But making sure that you use a soap that is especially formulated for beards is important. If you use your head soap or shampoo on your beard, it makes it far too dry because your head is oilier than your beard, and so it strips more oils from your beard, leaving it dry, particularly at the ends where the natural oils can't get from the skin all the way to the end. You can preen it a little bit, but really, just buy yourself a dedicated beard shampoo, and that's the first thing you should do. Use a relatively low like medium heat in the shower as well. You don't want to stress your beard out too much, because when your beard's wet, it is very, very fragile. Let's talk about that. If you are washing your beard at night, it is very important to dry your beard thoroughly. Now, I recommend that first of all you use a microfiber towel on your beard because it is very soft and absorbent. It will suck out the majority of the water that gets absorbed into your beard and sort of gets trapped in between. But really, a wet beard is very easy to break. A dry beard is very strong. The bonds in your hair, the keratin, the protein, is just very strong. If it is wet, those bonds in between the protein molecules are disrupted, and it can make your beard much easier to break, particularly if you're a heavy sleeper and you twist and turn at night. So drying your beard is very important. Microfiber towel and using a hairdryer. This is the hairdryer I use on my beard, and I just make sure that I blow it at a medium heat until it's relatively dry to the touch. But the little trick is I turn it on to cool, and when I turn it on to cool, essentially I can feel the water still evaporating from deep inside my beard, and I know then then that the beard isn't fully dry. Now, during the day, if I'm doing it in the morning, I don't particularly care so much, but at night it is very important because your hair is weakened. So if you're not sure if your beard is completely dry, particularly in the depths, turn your hair dryer onto cold and just watch for that cold sensation. The cold sensation you're feeling on your skin is the water evaporating, and that's how you know your beard is fully dry. And that is so very important. If you're then about to sleep on your beard, keep it as strong as possible so you minimize the breakages, and you can't go wrong. So wash and then fully dry. And if in doubt, just sit outside of the shower after drying and just, wait half an hour if you can, just to get those last little bits from the sort of outside of the hairs just to evaporate. And the next part is conditioning. Conditioning your beard is very important. It's a weird wrestle that we kind of try to do with our beard where we remove the oils and the dirt and then we dry it and then we put it back in. It's just constant kind of to and fro, like remove, replace, remove, replace. And it's very important that you do this at night. And the conditioning materials and tools that you need to use shouldn't contain any style holding ingredients in their formulation. This is typically like a wax. So don't use a beard balm that has got wax in it. Use a beard butter. Don't use a mustache wax, because it's mainly a wax. Use a beard oil. Or if you want to, use a raw ingredient. And the one thing I've been doing at the moment is just using shea butter. Shea butter is a raw ingredient that they use in beard butters. And just, heating this up in between the palm of my hands and putting it all through my beard and then brushing it through with a soft bristle brush is very effective, I think, at returning all of the goodness back into the beard, keeping it conditioned, keeping it nice and soft, helping it grow down, making it much easier to trim and train. So yes, use a raw ingredient like shea butter, cocoa butter, or mango butter is really another popular one. But yes, use something without wax. That's the take-home message from this bit, just because you don't need it. The wax is there for the style, and it will just end up on your pillow, which is the next important thing. Once you've put your beard conditioner or your beard butter into your beard, just let it soak in for about half an hour if you can. And if you can't do that, there are these things called beard wraps. I've never actually worn them, but I know a lot of people swear by them for sleeping on their beard, particularly if you've got a very long beard. And all it does is it's like a bandana from ear to ear, and it just holds all of your beard in place, and it's got a nice satin or silk low friction interior, which means your beard glides smoothly over the material, which means it doesn't twist and turn while you're sleeping at night. So it looks like this, and I've also got another article on Beard Growing Pro all about the best beard wraps that I could find, and there are some really good ones, so go check that out. But if you don't want to wear a beard wrap or a beard bandana, that's absolutely fine. What I'd recommend you do though is you get yourself a silk pillowcase or a satin pillowcase, because really what we're trying to do is reducing the frictional coefficient of that pillow, so that as you're sleeping, as you're tossing and turning at night, it doesn't really matter. Your hair glides nicely over it. It's when it starts getting twisted at acute angles and bent up and smushed against your face, that's when you can really cause a lot of damage. And getting a nice silk pillowcase or a satin pillowcase removes the majority of the friction that causes that. So go check it out. That or a beard wrap, protect that beard at night. So there we have it. There are all of the awesome things that you should know about your beard nighttime routine. Let me know in the comments what you would add to that, and I shall see you in the next video.